Good afternoon. My name is Michael McLaughlin. Today is Monday, October 6, 2014. This is a lesson in the acoustical ceilings class as part of the instruction on how to use your tools. I'll give you the name of this lesson after I do a short exercise. I'm going to pass around a piece of wood in one tape measure. One piece of wood, one tape measure. I want you to measure this piece of wood with this one tape measure, and I want you to write down the measurement on a piece of paper. Don't put your name on the paper. And when it's done, I want you to hand it back to me, and we'll see what answers we come up with. Should be interesting. Let's have some fun. So now that we're back, it's interesting. Many different measurements. Comical, but it's all good. 20 and 5/8. Close. Another one, 20 and 5/8. Close. 20 and 3/4. And my favorite, not even a measurement, 20 and 5/8 strong. That's not even a measurement. So today, the lesson is how to read a tape measure. So today, our lesson is reading a tape measure. Today we're going to learn that a tape measure is the most important tool and the most valuable tool in your toolbox. Today we're going to learn to read a tape measure to a 1/16 of an inch and realize that a 1/16 of an inch makes a huge impact on a job. If you miss something by a 1/16 of an inch over 16 inches, it's going to make an inch difference. It's a huge difference. So we need to be accurate. If someone calls for a measurement 13 and 11/16, that's the measurement. It's not a strong 5/8 or this or that. It's an exact measurement. That's what we want. We want exact measurements to the 1/16 of an inch. And today we're going to use three different tape measures. We have the usual one that we always use, a wooden rule, not so popular today, and we have a 100-foot tape measure for big areas. So getting back to our exercise that we sent around the room, we sent the tape measure, one tape measure, one piece of wood, had everybody measure it. So we come up with 4 different answers. My favorite being 20 and 5/8 strong, not a measurement. The correct measurement was 20 and 11/16. So today what I did was I took this chart and I made this for you guys. This is an inch on your tape measure. So it goes from 0 to 1 inch on your tape measure. So the tape measure is broken down into 1/16, being the smallest lines. So 16/16 is 1 inch. And then they break it down into 8s. 8/8 is a whole, so it's 1 inch. So it's pretty simple. So the smallest line being a 1/16, next biggest line is an 1/8, back to a 1/16. 1/4 inch they make a little bit bigger because they break it into quarters. So there's 4 quarters in an inch, right? Then you got the 3/8, 7/16, half. It's very simple. It breaks down very simple. Smallest lines being a 1/16, and you just count them. So it's 1/16, and then it's an 1/8. Then it's 3/16, a quarter. 5/16, 3/8. 7/16, half inch. 9/16, 5/8. 11/16, 3/4. 13/16, 7/8. 15/16, full on inch. Couldn't be any easier. Questions? Okay. So now I just want to show you the 3 basic types of tape measures we use on the job today. We got the 100-foot tape measure for big areas. So if you want to measure a huge room, that would be what you would use. It's 100 feet. It's out of 100 feet. Pretty simple. Big rooms. This tape measure, wooden rule, mostly for finish. It's kind of a mostly finished tape measure, that's all. Not many guys use it. This one, the most common one, 25-foot tape measure. Everybody uses this. This is the one you're probably going to be using on a job. Very simple. That's it. So now I have a couple of exercises for everybody. I have some different pieces of wood that I cut the various lengths. I want you guys to measure them and write the measurements down. The other thing I want you to do is I got a couple of rooms. I want you to measure the rooms out, and we'll get the measurements of the rooms, and we'll go from there. So now that we're back, I got the measurements back from everybody. Awesome, spot on, correct measurements, exact measurements, that's what I want. The rooms, perfect, you guys were spot on, exactly like I told you, very simple. Now, during the exercise, I watched a couple of people, and I saw some people counting, perfectly fine, not a problem at all. Count the 16ths, awesome, 1/16, next one's an 1/8. You're going to learn this. This is second nature to you. So now when you look at the tape measure, after doing this for as long as I've been doing it, you're just going to look at the tape measure. It'll be automatic to you. You're going to know that the first one's a 16th, the next one's an 1/8, and you know that after the quarter, the first small line, you're going to say it's 5/16. It's simple. You're just going to know. It's going to be automatic to you. The more you practice this, the more you use it. And I suggest that you learn it and memorize it. And that way, when you're measuring something, always give the exact measurement. That will give you more practice. That's it. Wrap it up. In summary, we're just going to go through this really quick again. 0 to an inch. Smallest line being a 16th. Next biggest line, 1/8 of an inch. Next biggest line are the quarters. The big one is the half. So on and so forth. It's pretty simple. 16/16 of an inch. 8/8 of an inch. 4/4 of an inch, broken down. So the impact of this and the importance of this, that a 1/16 of an inch over 16 inches is a full inch. But over the length of a job and a project that's 100 feet, 200 feet, makes a huge impact. If you put something out a 1/16 of an inch, 300 feet down the road, down the line, you're going to be so far out of whack it's not even going to be fixable. So it's very important to have this correct.